Welcome to another session of Just the Point of View, a message from the streets. Think about it, do your homework. Today's topic is life's bad investments. And I'm going to speak on my own experience and, within my experience and the experiences others that I've seen around me. And number one on the list is hustling, drug dealing. It's a bad investment. Why? Because it don't have no future to it. Why? Because the way that it has been going on for years and years and years, 1 out of 1,000, maybe 1 out of 10,000 may become successful in the sense that they don't meet a tragic end dealing with drugs. And that tragic end comes with being killed or being in prison for a long, long time, being separated from your children, your parents, your family members, your community, people that care about you because of a bad investment. Hustling is a bad investment. There's different types of hustles. Stealing, a bad investment. The stealing, it becomes a part of you. You steal so much, you become a thief. And that's a bad investment because that's a part of your character. Everybody know you, oh man, such and such, oh, they're a thief. You don't want, that's not what you was created to be. You are created to be much more than a thief. You're created much more than being an addict, another bad investment. Being a abuser of drugs and alcohol. Let me put that in a proper perspective. Allowing drugs and alcohol to abuse you, because we can't abuse drugs and alcohol. What happens is drugs and alcohol abuse us, and this is the scenario that it goes through. First, it's recreational, then it becomes a job, then it becomes a career, then it becomes a lifestyle. But through these stages, what happens is that the drugs or the alcohol that you're using or continue to use, or that is abusing you, it becomes your master, a cruel master. And it won't let you go because why? It has given you a chemical imbalance that makes you think that you need these substances to operate on these levels of reality. Only thing you got to think about is the truth behind it. When you was a child, you wasn't under the under the operation of marijuana, PCP, Molly, cocaine, Remy, Hennessy, and you functioned in your life just well. That's just something to think about, because if you think that you need drugs and alcohol in your life for you to be a functional person, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're also embracing the lie. I know when I was participating in the streets and doing the things that I had done, I used to, sedate myself to move along with what was going on. But I knew in the back of my mind that I was a better person than when I was under the influence. But the culture, it called for it. And I answered the call. Every morning I smoke my J's and I drink my drink and I act a fool out there. I was being a clown out there. Wasting money out there. I know I done spent over $100,000 medicating myself. Yeah. It's just something to think about. Another bad investment, ladies and gentlemen. I have to take into consideration. Relationship. If you're in a relationship and you're being abused or you're being abusive in that relationship is a bad investment because it's not going to end very well. Even if you end up being with that person for the rest of your life, if abuse is in that relationship, it's a bad relationship. It's disrespect in there. It's hostility, violence in there. This is a bad relationship. If you feel that you have to put your hands on your significant other, I suggest that you stop investing in that relationship and be by yourself if you have to, and move on. Get yourself together. And especially if you're coming out of a relationship, don't go straight into another relationship because you are bringing the hurt and the baggage from your previous relationship into the next relationship. Give yourself some chance to get to know yourself. Get to know yourself. And then move on. Get to thinking, get to analyzing. Look and see what things you did in the last agreement with the person that you're not going to do in the future, that you're not going to accept in the future. And then you can turn that bad relationship into a good future relationship. Life is like algebra. Take negatives and turn them into positives. But what happens a lot of times that we as human beings, spiritual beings having this human experience, take these negative situations and traditionalized in our mind, get caught up in the culture, and what happens? You become the neighborhood drunk. You become the neighborhood addict. You become the neighborhood prostitute. You become the neighborhood bag lady or bag man. You become the homeless person. Why? Because you made a bad investment. The choices you made were not beneficial and conducive for your well-being. And a lot of times those choices that these bad investments are surrounded by is selfishness. Selfish self got a lot of people out here walking up and down the street talking to themselves. And these people are talking to themselves because of the bad investments that they made, but it's also the bad investments that some people made to be their pharmacists, selling them these drugs, getting their minds twisted. That's somebody's daughter, that's somebody's mother, that's somebody's auntie, that's somebody's sister, brother. But because we don't care and God or money has become our God, we say, you know what? I don't care about that person, but when you don't care about that person, you're not caring about yourself. And that's a bad investment. Bad investment is there. Invest in anger. To invest in unforgiveness. This is a bad investment because these things become a part of your character and they start to form you, start to form your thought process, and it becomes a part of who you have created yourself to be with an artificial intelligence, the AI, because it's not your real self. You know, to invest in your authentic self, the admin within yourself, the Christ within yourself, the God within yourself, which is the best investment that you can make. You start to work on kindness, patience, compassion, love, tolerance, understanding, these things with the high frequencies, the bad investments or the negative investment or the investments that's not conducive for your well-being operates in the low frequency. So these investments, if you know anything about chakras, you can look in yourself and you look at these chakras. This is a system to give us a base to make an analysis to work on ourselves. If you are in the first stage, that investment and you got this unbalancedness going on, extreme situation, you know that you gotta balance it, because if you don't balance it, that your life will become, dealing with a lot of materialism, a lot of selfishness, But within in this system of chakras, you also got, but you know how to balance it. And so you don't be extreme to the left or extreme to the right when you're dealing with what you're dealing with. Because you go in the second chakra, what they say, man, you got a high sexual appetite, you got high desires for things, and these desires what leads to a person's self-destruction. It's the teach that planting seeds or investing in desires that bring for sensation and passion and the carnal realm. These things can't do nothing but cause self-destruction in the future. So then if you have a bad investment in your will, that's dealing with the third chakra, that will can be used for good, positive, or bad for negative. You might have a strong will, say, you know what, I ain't listen to these woo 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 woo. I ain't wah 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 wah, and I'm a rock it like this and this and this and this and this and this. But you can also take that investment in the will and turn it to positive. So you know what? I'm gonna educate myself. I'm gonna get this information. I'm gonna raise up my level of operation. I'm gonna become a spiritual being, which I was created to be. I'm gonna operate in my fullest possibilities. And there's so many other things that we invest in that leads us to the places of despair. I know some men and them, they never had a job in their life. And if they had a job, they had it for a minute. They living their life out there on the streets day to day, smoking, drinking, doing this. They got children. Their children is looking at them. This is a bad investment. They talk crazy. I'm talking about they talk crazy. Their first language is not English language, but it's a profane and perverse language. And this is a bad investment because this is your character. And you passing this on to your children when you adopted this mindset from others. Let's put it like that. You adopted this mindset from others because this is not the natural way of our foreparents that demonstrate like we are demonstrating now. They say we're in the concrete jungle. People invest in the concrete jungle, thinking that there's gold at the end of the rainbow. Man, you ain't no leprechaun. Ain't no gold at no end of the rainbow. The gold is at the end of your experiences to get your mental up to the crown chakra or to the Christ type of consciousness. That's the goal at the end of the rainbow. Everything else is illusion. It's based in Maya. That's the investment that a lot of people got going on. It's based in the illusion, the temporary, that which yields nothing. Instead of going for the art. The art is everything, the spiritual essence of who we are. I'm just bringing you a point of view, whatever you decide to do in your life. Only thing I suggest you do, make an analysis of it and be real with yourself. Don't be real. Don't think that you're real because you listen to these dudes out here rapping. Don't think you're real because you see these dudes out here on the corner. You going to post up and you out there. You strapped up. You posted up. You got everything to go with the character that you perpetuating that particular day or hour, month, or so forth and so on. Don't be dismayed by that. Go within inside yourself and look. Be quiet. Tell yourself the truth and make an adjustment. Stop planting seeds for a bad investment. Think about your children. Think about your family. Think about what you supposed to bring to the table of life. The creative gift to us is life. Our gift to the Creator is what we do with our life. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you this message in love, and I leave you this message in peace. Peace, goodwill to all humanity. Self-improvement is a way of life. Mental elevation is a way of life. Man, get your game tight. Get your mind tight. And everything gonna be alright. That's how it go. It starts here. And, we gotta have some love. Peace.